Welcome everyone to Chibi Podcast. This is Maz, your tech guy, and I'm doing a review today for Bad Boys for Life. So I'm a little late to the review on this. I went and saw it on the weekend, and I'm a huge fan of the Bad Boys franchise. Really huge. Bad Boys 2 is probably one of my all-time favorite films that I've ever seen. It's probably in like my top 5. It doesn't mean it's like the best film or anything, in my opinion. It's just one of the few films that I have the most fun with that I can watch time and time again, year after year. So anyway, with that being said, I was really hyped to go see this new one, and I mean, 17 years I've been waiting. I remember watching this all the time in middle school when it first came out, and then just throughout the years leading up to this. I remember constantly following like Will Smith and Martin Lawrence and Michael Bay and seeing when they're going to announce this, and it was always back and forth. They're going to release it, we're going to make another one, and it just never happened. Anyway, it finally happened, and I was a little concerned going into this one because Michael Bay wasn't directing it. I'm not even going to attempt to say the names of the new directors. I think it was like a deal something. I don't know. It was like 2 different directors or something that did it now. And I remember Will Smith coming out mentioning he wasn't going to do one until he felt that the script was right. He didn't want to just milk this franchise. You know, if like he saw a script that said, hey, this is good and it's worth it, then let's do it. If it's not, then we're just not going to do it. Well, finally they agreed that this was a good one, and he finally did it. So I know that Will Smith is also a producer on this too. So anyway, yeah, it just had a lot of hype from the actors as well. I mean, they've been interviewing like crazy on this movie, promoting the hell out of it, and rightfully so. As for the movie, I mean, when you look at any like Rotten Tomato scores, like they're about 78, 80 score for users, and the critics have always given like a 23 or so. They've just never really been big on these films, and it's not for them, whatever. But this one, I was really surprised. It was getting like 78 or so originally when I first checked from the critics, and then the users were like 97. I'm just like, holy shit, I cannot wait to see this. So going in, I'm not going to give any spoilers or anything, but or I'll try to keep it as spoiler free as possible on here. But going to this film, I didn't know what to expect, what they're going to do, right? And then going into it was great. You have the original cast, you know, I mean, it's still Mike Lowry and Marcus Burnett, and you know, there's some cameos which are really fun. One thing I'll get out there is one of the funnest cameos was they brought Reggie back. I won't say what they did with him, but that was a lot of fun. I remember the whole theater was laughing when they saw him. That was great. It was actually really funny. On top of another cameos, Michael Bay was actually a cameo in here. There's a wedding scene. I won't get into that, but you'll see him in there, and that was very interesting to see him in there. And then they had a lot of special casts. Like they had these like newer aged kids or newer age cops that you can tell they're probably going to do something in the future, maybe like for extra sequels if they want to continue that route. I know it got confirmed for Bad Boys 4 recently, so they'll probably do something in that. That was really good. And then what's his name? Joe Pantoliano or Pantiano? I can't remember his name, but anyway, he plays the captain that everybody loves, Captain Howard. He was in here, and every time he was in the scenes, he obviously owned those scenes. Everybody's laughing in most of these scenes. He still has the anger issues and all that. But anyway, to get onto the movie, I really enjoyed the hell out of this film. It's very long. But good. It felt like a good ending to the character arcs. I know that Will Smith and Martin Lawrence are getting a little older. You can kind of see it that they are getting aging. Martin Lawrence is really gaining some weight in this one too. You know, they're older, but the chemistry. The chemistry has never died, and these guys, you can just see the age. And when I say age, I don't mean how they look. Sorry, their acting skills, right? With age, with doing these movies and all these movies they've done throughout their careers. I mean, it's just top notch, like top tier acting with these great buddy cop like connection. Like you can tell these guys are great friends in real life, and that chemistry really shows on the big screen, and I love that. Comedy is still great. I don't think this is funny as 1 and 2, not at all. Now here's the thing. I'm gonna say this film to me was the best written Bad Boys. Now I don't think it's the best Bad Boys out of all 3, and what I mean by that is best written. Well, okay, let me I'm going to back up here. It is the best film. It is the best written. It's not the best film to me, but that's more of like this isn't my favorite film, but as a film, it's better. So, okay, I'll describe that. So, how I look at it, right, is this film, what it does better than all the other ones, it actually gets the time to slow down. It gives heart, it gives soul, it gives a lot of emotion. The other two films, the previous two, are just straight up action, comedy, Michael Bay, boom, 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 here we go. It's a roller coaster, and then you're done. You know, it's just a super fun ride. This one pulls on your heartstrings. This one gives character development. It gives backstory. The other ones didn't really have that. It's not really what they're trying to portray. This one does. And when I say that, the journey is really good and it's really enjoyable to watch. But I watch Bad Boys for a good comedy ride that is just full of action. And that's where I get the repeat value. This one I probably watch a couple more times, but it's not going to be one of those ones where I'm going to be watching throughout the years constantly. It's just not that type of film for me of what I enjoy Bad Boys for. But as a film, it is a better film. Yeah, it's written better. It's more creative. It has a lot of the heart and soul of the characters. It gives more meaning. You get more emotional, personal. It's more just a film than just a straight up action flick. So in that sense, it is a better film. It's better than the other two. I just have more fun with the action comedy because that's kind of what I just grew up with. It's probably a nostalgia thing. I don't know. But anyway, this film was a masterpiece for the Bad Boys franchise. Even as a film, I thought it was up there with just some of the all-time great action comedy films. I thoroughly enjoy it. Now, to give you guys some perspective where I sit on these, like Bad Boys 2, for my type of taste, I'd probably give it like a 9.8 to 10. Like, it's so damn good to me, the second one. First one, probably be like maybe a 9, 8.7. This one, I'd probably give a solid 9 as well. They're all really good and up there. The ending of this was really, really good. I liked that they had... they left it kind of open to continue, which I know they announced Bad Boys 4. I just don't know how they're going to do it. You know, I think it's going to focus more on this newer, younger cast, which is great. It's kind of funny. One of them was like Vanessa Hudgens, which was funny. But my favorite was this guy. I don't know if he's Russian or not. I can't remember the actor's name. These are all kind of new casts. There's like this Asian guy that's really snarky and kind of gets in beats with Will Smith, and that added a lot of comedy tension. But my favorite was like the big muscly dude. He was hilarious. He's like so conserved, and he's like this techie guy that's really big into drones, and you think he'd be like the badass out there fighting and punching, but no, he's like this big dude, and Will's like always telling him like, when are you gonna... Sorry, Mike Lowry's always telling him to go out there and kick ass, and he's like, no, he just wants to stay in and just do everything remotely, and it's hilarious. It's so damn hilarious. But the new cast is really cool, but don't worry, they don't overshine. This is purely Will Smith and Martin Lawrence's movie at the end of the day. They just kind of help a little bit throughout the show and the pacing, but yeah. Villain. I've never wanted a villain to die so fucking bad in a film. So fucking bad. I fucking hated this villain. What I mean, that's a compliment though. Like, it really makes you fucking hate his ass. Everybody I was with, we just kept looking at each other. We're just like, God, I want this fucker to die. We hate him so bad. And there's a scene about midway through the movie that he does, and I just, oh my God. He just really pissed me the hell off. And then you get some more character development later on the villain, and there's a couple of twists and some verting of expectations. And I don't know if they're done properly, but they were done. But anyway, very good villain. I'm not sure I cared about some of the subversions they did with his character, but overall, very, very good villain. I guess there's kind of two villains. There's kind of a lady villain. I won't get into that, which, by the way, that lady villain leads to some amazing jokes. This is kind of weird, though, right? I was going to expect more funny. I didn't laugh too much. When the jokes were really good, they were really good. But they don't appear all the time, which is fine. Like I said, this movie has a lot of heart, a lot of soul, right? I mean, this one actually, it can make you kind of get those tears kind of coming out, you know? And, but again, when the jokes did go, they were good. I just don't feel they were as funny as, like, the originals. which again is fine. Just again, this is kind of why it's not my favorite of the Bad Boys. It's I kind of want to go and just always having fun, like laughing and ooh and ah. And I mean, it's a Michael Bay film. I know everybody knows about Michael Bay, blah blah blah. But I mean, this isn't Transformers, for God's sake. So he actually did go with Bad Boys, you know. But this one not being Michael Bay, you could tell. I mean, there's some homage to like the '90s action films and Michael Bay's style, but it was definitely not a Michael Bay film. So. But anyway, yeah, I just kind of probably end on that. I don't really want to get into too much spoilers. I want other people to kind of watch it. You guys can come into the comments and let me know what you guys think. But overall, I highly, highly recommend it. The movie is making great. I think in the 4-day week, or the 4 days of opening was like $60-something million. It did really damn good. I think it's like the second best January grossing film for opening of all time, so it's really doing good. But yeah, if you're a fan of Bad Boys, you're a fan of action films, you're a fan of Will Smith or Martin Lawrence, yeah, this is definitely a good ass film to go see. So anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comments, and we will talk to you later.